I've been out of bed for about an hour. I feel like my brain isn't working yet. I'm going to pop on the oximeter and see where my oxygen feels okay. But sometimes it's surprising if I put the oximeter on and to my shock, the oxygen is actually low. It feels fine, but I'm just going to test it. Um, I had actual sleep last night. Yeah, my oxygen is great. I had actual sleep last night, which I ended up actually getting sleep, which is bizarre. I can't think yet. My mind's not working. I'm I'm I feel like I'm in shock. The tinnitus is really loud and I'm in a lot of pain. You know, when did I send I had communication with my family doctor saying, I need help. I need a trach. I I I can't do this. And how is it that I had I ended the previous night I had I think a little bit less than 2 hours of sleep, just in fight or flight nonstop, just desperate to sleep, desperate to live, desperate for help. And, you know, I'd have done anything to get surgery, like jaw surgery or a trach or anything. If there was a way for me to get surgery, I would have done it. Um, and then last night I had actual sleep. It was hard. It was each time I got up to go to the bathroom, which was like a handful of times, I'm shaking like a leaf. My oxygen is great. It feels great. Um, I have to check my oxygen when my oximeter is my real overnight medical grade oximeter is charged up. I have to go check how low the oxygen was. I checked it once and it was down to 87 during the night, but it hasn't fully downloaded all the data because it ran out of charge. So I made an oral device to try to move the jaw forward and or keep the jaw open when I'm asleep, and I've been wearing that for a few nights. It's it it's been incredibly painful. I lay down and I feel like I'm going to lose my mind. The pain is so bad. It's like me laying down with the CPAP on and I'm in so much pain. It's insanity for someone who's not well to lay down and put on a device that puts them in so much pain that they're laying in the dark. All they can concentrate is on the pain. And the pain is so bad you're almost losing your mind. It seems insane for someone to have to fall asleep that way. And the oral device has been so painful. And you just have to tell yourself you're trying to make things better, you know? You're like just endure the pain to see if things get better. And um I had hours of sleep. And I don't know if that's because, you know, because I just finally crashed and my brain just couldn't take it anymore and I had to sleep. But that's never, been a thing with me. I normally, no matter how bad things are, I don't crash. So I'm hoping that this oral thing has helped. It's not real effective, and I screwed it up when I made it, but it does move the jaw a little bit forward or make me open my mouth, and I think it opens the airway, even just a couple millimeters can make a big difference. The surgeon said that too, that a couple millimeters, if you had surgery, a couple millimeters jaw surgery, just a couple millimeters can make a huge difference with breathing, right? And so I don't know if this device, like, I want to get a real one. They're $3,000, which I don't have. I really need. That should have been done a long time ago, to get an oral device made by a professional. $3,000. They quoted me $2,300, but then I called again yesterday, and with all the appointments and x-rays and images and stuff, it's at least 3,000. And that should have been done a long time ago, but I don't have the money. So I'm wondering why I actually slept. And I'm in shock. Like, I can't move. I can't get dressed. I can't get going. It's getting late in the day already, and well, so I was in bed for 12, 34, 15 hours, and to cumulatively maybe get 5 hours of sleep. So, like, I feel all hope, I feel all positive, and I feel like, oh wow, I had sleep last night. 5 hours and 15, it took 15 hours to get 5 hours of sleep. Maybe it's not as positive as I think, but it's better than being in bed for 15 hours and getting 2 hours of sleep. I think once I actually wake up and come out of this shock, I'll probably be feeling good and talkative and hopeful, but I'm just in shock. And that's always the case with me when I get some actual sleep, a few hours of sleep. I'm usually feel a lot worse in some ways. I don't feel good, that's for sure. But I think once I come out of this shock, I'll probably feel, and man, just shaking like a leaf all night, just shaking like way faster than this, like just super vibrating internally all night long. Like that does a number on your head, and pain. Like, each time I got out of bed, I couldn't even get up. I'm in so much pain from neuropathy. Gosh, I wish I could get outside before the sun starts to go down. I think it's like minus 35 or something out there, but I have to get out. But I've got to wash my hair. It's really gross too. So it's just odd when, like, I'm just begging my doctor for help and just in absolute crisis. And then I get some actual sleep, and it's like, well, how did that happen? You know? maybe it happened because I had less than 2 hours of sleep the night before. Maybe. I don't know. And the body and mind just can't take it. Or it happened because of this oral device. I really wish I could come up with $3,000 to get a professional one made. You know what really bothers me is when I was struck with this medication injury and almost killed 7 years ago, and then 6 and 5 years ago from another medication, the whites of my eyes turned not white anymore. And I hate that. I hate looking in the camera and the whites are not white anymore. It makes me look so sick. Anyways, I'm trying to get out of this state of shock, and I don't know how to come out of it sooner. Instead of it taking hours to recover from the night, I wish I knew how to come out of this faster. Because my brain literally isn't working yet. The tinnitus is so loud, sinus pain. I'm hopeful that I'm going to come out of this shock and feel happier and talkative and hopeful.